Αυτή θέλαμε τέτοιο άλλη... σαν να με ταλαιπωρεί. Είναι σαν μυστικά. Αντί να πει ξέρω εγώ το μαλάκα, ξέρω. Είναι κακή. Ναι, εντάξει, τι να κάνω. Δεν έχω αυτό τώρα. Αν είχα κάτι άλλο, αυτό τώρα έχει γίνει μονότροπος γιατί μόνο τέτοια έχουν σκάσει. Αν μου σκάσει κρέμι, θα πήγαινα να πει κάθε κρέμι για πες μου στα Nordics. Επειδή δεν μιλάμε για Nordics, για πες μου έχει κάθε κρέμι στα Nordics. Για πες μου. Κανένας. Κάνει μόνο ποιος ο Κρίνης. Κάνει τέτοιο. Τίποτα μαλακίες δεν είναι. Κάτι αυτά τα MRM.
Had a 350 earlier, going back to London Euston on the 7:30.
Welcome aboard this London Northwestern Railway service for London Euston.
Okay, now the driver's doing the depot whistle.
Welcome aboard this London Northwestern Railway service for London Euston. We will be calling at Bletchley, Leighton Buzzard, Cheddington, Tring, Berkhamsted, Hemel Hempstead, Apsley, King's Langley, Watford Junction, Bushey, Harrow and Wealdstone, and London Euston. The next stop will be Bletchley.
Unlike the 350s, Julie Berry does not announce interchanges on the 7:30s. I was definitely not expecting a 7:30, but it's nice to have one to Milton Keynes. I would have waited for the next 350, but I'd like to be home as soon as I can. So, also better than, just as good, if not better than the 319s they are replacing. Expected to be very full and standing from Watford Junction. Standing room only.
We are now approaching Bletchley. Please mind the gap when leaving the train and step onto the platform before removing heavy luggage and pushchairs.
Change here for services to Bedford. Alight here for rail replacement bus services to Bedford. So, on the Marston Vale, you'll now expect a Class 150 that has a limited timetable until the full timetable is restored in January 2024. You'll either have a Class 150 or a rail replacement bus.
This is Bletchley. Welcome aboard this London Northwestern Railway service for London Euston. The next stop will be Leighton Buzzard.
Last time I did the 1757 from Milton Keynes to London Euston to Kilo 46, it was a 319 and that was in June. It's now November and the service is thankfully at 7:30. So it's definitely an upgrade in my opinion.
Welcome aboard this London Northwestern Railway service for London Euston. We will be calling at Leighton Buzzard, Cheddington, Tring, Berkhamsted, Hemel Hempstead, Apsley, King's Langley, Watford Junction, Bushey, Harrow Wealdstone and London Euston. The next stop will be Leighton Buzzard.
Definitely pitch black outside, so next time I'll do a 7:30 northbound from London Euston to Milton Keynes Central and then a 3:50 back. But either way, it is what it is. There are some trains that run non-stop from Leighton Buzzard to Watford Junction or London Euston. To and from Birmingham New Street via Northampton. Nice that the 7:30 is mostly empty for now, that is. Because after Watford Junction will be a very full, busy, standing room only experience. Because of most people wanting to avoid the overground. Because the overground, journey time on the overground between Watford Junction and Euston is very slow compared to London Northwestern Railway. Overground's about 45 minutes. London Northwestern Railway can do it in about 20.
Approaching Leighton Buzzard. Please mind the gap when leaving the train and step onto the platform before removing heavy luggage and pushchairs.
We were in the tunnel back there just now. Definitely clear. Once again, the announcements on 7:30s are much more clearer than the 319s. Because on the 319s it's difficult to hear the announcements, both at Julie, Berry and the Guard. On London Northwestern Railway, you can only use oyster and contactless pay-as-you-go between Euston and Watford Junction. But from the end of the year, contactless, not oyster, however, will be extended to St Albans, Abbey and Bletchley, but not to Milton Keynes, sadly. By the end of the year. By the end of the year.
Welcome aboard this London Northwestern Railway service, London Euston.
London Euston.
The next stop will be Cheddington.
Cheddington. Doors will close automatically, I think. Actually, the Guard has closed them all. Once again, these are the only Aventras with Guard operation at the moment, because the others have driver only or driver control operation. C2C 720s. C2C's 720s will have. I mean, Southwestern Railway's 701s will have either driver controlled operation or Guard operation, probably a mix of both.
Welcome aboard this London Northwestern Railway service, London Euston.
London Euston.
We will be calling at Cheddington, Tring, Berkhamsted, Hemel Hempstead, Apsley, King's Langley, Watford Junction, Bushey, Harrow Wealdstone, and London Euston. The next stop will be Cheddington.
Either way, the Class 730s have the exact same style announcements as the Class 350, if not similar. Platform 6 is the only platform at Bletchley not to have step-free access, because I haven't seen any lifts. Just like other Aventras, it shows the next 3 stops as well as the destination. Yep, definitely plenty of seats on this train for now. I've seen a map of the West Midlands routes that 730s may operate on in the future. They'll definitely be on the cross-city line from Lichfield to Bromsgrove and Redditch. 390. This toilet is currently locked.
Engaged.
Oh.
It's engaged.
Same thing.
We are now approaching Cheddington.
If I said locked out of use, then
Please mind the gap when leaving the train and step onto the platform before removing heavy luggage and pushchairs.
When it's red like that, it's engaged. When it's green, it's vacant.
yes.
It's got a line through a red. Engaged means it's out of use.
Okay. Sometimes it can be locked out of use from the outside.
It can be. We can lock it out, or it can lock itself out.
Oh. There's another 350. Voyager over there.
This is Cheddington. Welcome aboard this London Northwestern Railway service for London Euston. The next stop will be Tring.
It's currently engaged, which means someone may be hiding in there. Sometimes it's a common issue with fare dodgers. Same style announcements as the 350s, except the announcement about push chairs is different. I mean, it's a newer version.
Welcome aboard this London Northwestern Railway service for London Euston.
London Euston.
We will be calling at Tring, Berkhamsted, Hemel Hempstead, Apsley, Kings Langley, Watford Junction, Bushey, Harrow Wealdstone, and London Euston.
London Euston. London Euston.
The next stop will be Tring.
So if you ever see this on the 720, whether it's Greater Anglia or C2C, then it's a guard panel, except on the 720s they are never used, because 720s always have driver operation. One Greater Anglia had the 321s, and 322s they only had guard operation beyond Colchester towards Ipswich and Clacton-on-Sea and Walton-on-the-Naze. But now, for some reason, they are driver operated throughout on the 720s. On 321s they had driver operation everywhere else. Only guard operation Colchester to Colchester Town, Ipswich, Clacton-on-Sea and Walton-on-the-Naze. Same with the 322s until they were scrapped, withdrawn in summer 2022 and scrapped. So on 7:30 you can only hear the guard panel if you are near the guard where they are operating the doors from. So you can't hear it from the cab, unfortunately, if you are near the cab, unlike the civities and flirts.
We are now approaching Tring. Please mind the gap when leaving the train and step onto the platform before removing heavy luggage and pushchairs.
Another 7:30:011 to Bletchley. Oh, and strangely enough, one of the guard panels has been left open. I wonder where the guard is.
This is Tring. Welcome aboard this London Northwestern Railway service for London Euston. The next stop will be Berkhamsted.
The doors are locked.
Welcome aboard this London Northwestern Railway service for London Euston. We will be calling at Berkhamsted, Hemel Hempstead, Apsley, King's Langley, Watford Junction, Bushey, Harrow and Wealdstone, and London Euston. The next stop will be Berkhamsted.
So, on 7:30s, the guard opens and closes the doors. Unlike the IETs, where the driver opens the doors and the guard closes them. Also on South Eastern's 375s and 377s beyond Sevenoaks and Swanley, or beyond Bromley South if it doesn't stop at Swanley. Driver opens, guard closes. Same on the Transpennine Express Nova fleet, including the soon-to-be withdrawn Nova Freeze. I was not expecting to ride a 7:30 to or from Milton Keynes tonight, however I boarded the northbound service at Bletchley, so well, after doing the Marston Vale line on a Class 150,
We are now approaching Berkhamsted. Please mind the gap when leaving the train and step onto the platform before removing heavy luggage and pushchairs.
Berkhamsted. It's basically all stations managed by West Midlands Trains, both London Northwestern Railway and West Midlands Railway, have text-to-speech Amy.
This is Berkhamsted. Welcome aboard this London Northwestern Railway service for London Euston. The next stop will be Hemel Hempstead.
Nice that the table seats have one plug socket with two USB ports underneath. Oh yeah, same with all seats. This is great for all seats, not just the table seats. So one plug socket.
Welcome aboard this London Northwestern Railway service for London Euston. We will be calling at Hemel Hempstead, Apsley, King's Langley, Watford Junction, Bushey, Harrow and Wealdstone, and London Euston. The next stop will be Hemel Hempstead.
So it's nice having a plug socket shared between two seats. For all seats, I mean, haven't seen the solo seats yet, but I assume it's the same for the solo seats, or maybe the solo seats don't have any power outlets at all. So basically 1+1 is a bit odd because it's not very common on trains in UK. The business first area on the Heathrow fish bowls had 1+1 until they were all withdrawn and scrapped at the end of 2020. The 700s apparently have 1+1 in the accessible area.
No, I saw your email, and then they mailed the guys are all back. And what is your date? Let me go back to the email.
approaching Hemel Hempstead.
And then the guy said, yes, but still it's not possible to do this.
Please
because
mind
of
the
this
gap when
roads,
leaving the train and step
but
onto
you
the
know,
platform before removing heavy luggage and
you
pushchairs.
Shame that Julie Berry doesn't say push chairs at all stations on the 350s, only some stations. And on 150s, the approaching station announcement stops working after a while. This may have also been an issue when Northern had them.
We can clarify. I mean, feel free to clarify and say we are good to go without seats.
And on anything that has train effects, anything else, such as Transport for Wales, Sprinter and 230 fleets.
And if there is any kind of like, if they push back and I say okay, if they say we have discussed already with my kids, I will tell them, okay, apologies guys, I didn't give the the details to them. It's my fault. Don't worry. I mean, yes, feel free to write back. But my
This is Hemel Hempstead.
Lama is yeah, we are going to do, but it's
Welcome
not our
aboard
work
this
stream.
London Northwestern
Lama is
Railway
not,
service for
Lama don't care.
London
Can wait
Euston.
until March. Personally, I don't mind.
The next stop will be Apsley.
Apsley.
No, I mean I do, but I do care. What happens is they want to use some scripts from telephone calls, and put it on Lama, and then Lama will tell them, okay, these are the main problems why clients call, customers call, and so on and so forth. So.
Welcome aboard this London Northwestern Railway service for London Euston.
Agree.
We will be calling at Apsley, Kings Langley, Watford Junction, Bushey, Harrow and Wealdstone, and London Euston. The next stop will be Apsley.
That's my understanding according to the latest. So they need the head approval. But I think this part, the ingestion of the data, what they said, like it shouldn't be difficult, but now because we kind of like we prioritize other things and prioritize this for us. But now they say, guys, if you're
We are now approaching Apsley.
on AWS in January, then why would you?
Please mind the gap when leaving the train and step onto the platform before removing heavy luggage and pushchairs.
Together, the ingestion of the data and the access to AWS. But I mean, if we bring AWS earlier, of course we will need the data earlier. Agree. Yes, absolutely. Do you want to take the lead and say, guys, let's have a call? I mean, I think we know we can probably try to help you and to expedite it. But let me read again the email. Yeah.
This is Apsley. Welcome aboard this London Northwestern Railway service for London Euston. The next stop will be Kings Langley.
That's right. Yeah. But that's a different story. I think what they call here is like CDA Foundation, which is based on the blueprint, right? Is that the blueprint that I'm so there's not just data granted through
Oh, so you can hear the buzzer, just it's not as loud.
Somebody else told me it's like you can go with a temporary solution and then like.
Welcome aboard this London Northwestern Railway service, London Euston.
Because if you have an environment,
We will be calling at Abbey, Watford Junction, Bushey, Harrow and Wealdstone, and London Euston.
No. This is a discussion I had.
The next stop will be King's Langley.
Strange how some fucking idiot is just pressing the emergency alarm. Understandable if it's an actual emergency, but if they're doing it for fun, then
If there is any like workaround, and they said
nope.
to me, why don't you ask them to give you some kind of like temporary environment or
Penalty for improper use of an alarm is £1,000.
temporary setting, and then like when they are ready, then you go back to the setting that they have, so you don't damage anything. But I mean, the question is to you. I have: is it possible that like they give us access to like some rules that I mean we have temporary and some, but it still has to be production environment. That's the problem, right? Because they cannot give temporary access or like temporary rules or like. Okay, no, we didn't discuss that with the client. Maybe that's a possibility. My point is, we did not discuss because I don't know if they have like in the development environment. I don't know if there is any development environment to start.
We are now approaching King's Langley.
I know there is sandbox, but sandbox they cannot. They are not
Please
allowed
mind the
to-
gap
they-
when leaving the train
sandbox
and
environment.
step onto the platform before removing heavy luggage and pushchairs.
Safe option, what I said earlier, right? I don't know why, but it's a rule that they have. So that it has to be. I mean, from what they are telling us, it has to be production environment. Because they only talk about sandbox and production. I don't know if there is any third environment, which is the dev.
Nights being overtaken by Class 390s as well as the occasional 221s, and also Class 350s to and from Crewe via Tamworth and Birmingham New Street via Northampton.
I think it's easier to have a call with them. Let me write to them back and say guys.
And also the occasional
I think we
7:30
have-
driver
tell
or
them
guard
that we might have
training
some,
run.
Like a solution, some temporary solution in mind. Then we actually get together and discuss this. And then like
This is King's Langley.
Makes sense.
Welcome aboard this London Northwestern Railway service, London Euston. The next stop will be Watford Junction.
They have not started, but they say, there is no point to start if you guys don't have access anytime soon. But if we figure out that there is a way to have access to AWS with the roles and everything, then they will start the process, and the process will
Welcome
take
aboard
a
this
week.
London Northwestern Railway service for London Euston.
Yeah.
We will be calling at Watford Junction, Bushey, Harrow and Wealdstone, and London Euston.
Correct. And
The next stop will be Watford Junction.
Let's make it forget about it and forget about glamour.
It's a shame that Southern no longer operate direct trains to or from Milton Keynes.
Yeah, okay. Yes, and they were talking about this called Athena, but this Athena, if I remember correctly, is like only SQL. You can only query, right? Or anyway, I don't know.
I think the 455 withdrawal is what caused Southern to stop serving Milton Keynes. They have about 20 dual voltage units, most of which are also needed on services to and from Victoria and London Bridge, ever since the 455s were withdrawn.
Yeah, sorry, I will try to schedule it, yes.
Next stop will be Watford Junction, where you can change for London Overground, Avanti West Coast and London Northwestern Railway services to St Albans Abbey. So Watford North, Garston, Bricket Wood, Howard, Park Street and St Albans Abbey. The Caledonian Sleeper Lowlander to Glasgow Central and Edinburgh also stops at Watford Junction at 10 after midnight. That's the Lowlander to Glasgow Central and Edinburgh.
We are now approaching Watford Junction. Please mind the gap when leaving the train and step onto the platform before removing heavy luggage and pushchairs. If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to staff or text the British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it, say it, sort it.
Meanwhile, the 1844 to Tring has been cancelled due to a fault. Overload is one of those very slow overground trains to London Euston. It's slow 710s.
This is Watford Junction. Welcome aboard this London Northwestern Railway service, London Euston. The next stop will be Bushey.
Can't wait to try C2Cs at 720s on Friday, hopefully. Not as busy as I was expecting it to be, well, for now.
Welcome aboard this London Northwestern Railway service, London Euston. We will be calling at Bushey, Harrow Wealdstone and London Euston. The next stop will be Bushey.
Next station is Bushey, where you can change for the Overground on platforms 1 and 2.
are now approaching Bushey. Please mind the gap when leaving the train and step onto the platform before removing heavy luggage and pushchairs.
Bushey has both Anne and Emma Hignett. Emma does platforms 1 and 2, Anne does platforms 3, 4, 5 and 6. Platforms 1 and 2, Overground. Platforms 3 and 4, Fast Lines. Platforms 5 and 6, London Northwestern Railway stopping services. Platforms 3 and 4 are Fast Lines. Anne only announces fast trains on those platforms, although Platform 3 cannot be accessed.
This is Bushey. Welcome aboard this London Northwestern Railway service for London Euston. The next stop will be Harrow Wealdstone.
Well, Bushey is managed by TfL, however the CIS on platforms 3, 4, 5 and 6 is controlled and managed by London Northwestern Railway, London Midland previously. Next station, Harrow Wealdstone, changed for Bakerloo Line, Overground and...
Welcome aboard this London Northwestern Railway service for London Euston.
London Overground and Southern.
We will be calling at Harrow Wealdstone and London Euston. The next stop will be Harrow Wealdstone.
You can also hear the compressor apparently. Once again, Harrow Wealdstone, you can change for London Underground, Bakerloo Line, London Overground and Southern services. Towards Wembley Central, Shepherd's Bush, Kensington Olympia, West Brompton, Imperial Wharf and Clapham Junction. Also continuing to Balham, Streatham Common, Norbury, Thornton Heath, Selhurst and East Croydon during the week only. Refurbished 390s are so much better.
We are now approaching Harrow Wealdstone.
Yeah.
Please mind the gap when leaving the train and step onto the platform before removing heavy luggage and pushchairs.
The refurbished ones, refurbished 390s are alright. I mean, non-refurbished ones are alright. Refurbished, the refurbished is definitely better. Our penultimate stop, Harrow Wealdstone. Change here for London Underground, Bakerloo line and London Overground and Southern services. Bakerloo line leaves from platform 2, all stations to Elephant and Castle via Queen's Park and Paddington. London Overground trains to Headstone Lane, Hatch End, Carpenter's Park, Watford High Street from platform 1. Trains to Kenton, South Kenton, North Wembley, Wembley Central, Stonebridge Park, Harlesden, Wilson Junction, Kensal Green, Queen's Park, Kilburn High Road and South Hampstead from platform 2. Please note platforms 3 and 4 are the fast lines. Platform 5 northbound towards Milton Keynes. Platform 6 is also for southern services towards Wembley Central, Shepherd's Bush, Kensington, Olympia, West Brompton, Imperial Wharf and Clapham Junction. Might be busy from here, or the rest of the train at least.
This is Harrow and Wealdstone. Welcome aboard this London Northwestern Railway service for London Euston. The next stop will be London Euston.
Also the southern service going to Hemel Hempstead, that's 2 Mike 95 1810 from East Croydon to Hemel Hempstead. Only a few southern services continue beyond Watford Junction to Hemel Hempstead. We now run non-stop from Harrow and Wealdstone all the way to London Euston. Please do not obstruct the doors. The doors are locked again. Okay, we are now ready to depart, now leaving Harrow and Wealdstone for London Euston only.
Welcome aboard this London Northwestern Railway service for London Euston. We will be calling at London Euston. The next stop will be London Euston.
Wembley. Safety device, DVD driver vigilance device that sounds from the cab. Primrose Hill tunnels. Looks like we're slowing down and we may be waiting for an overground train to go through first. So we'll be arriving into London Euston, our final stop. Change for London Underground, Northern and Victoria lines, and London Overground. All London Overground trains depart from platform 9 unless the announcements and or departure screens say otherwise. Also change for London Underground Circle, Hammersmith City and Metropolitan lines from Euston Square. Walking duration should be less than 10 minutes. Should be approximately 7 minutes walking duration between the two stations. Walking duration between Euston and Euston Square stations is only 5 minutes.
We are now approaching London Euston, our final station. Please mind the gap when leaving the train and step onto the platform before removing heavy luggage and pushchairs. If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to staff or text the British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it, say it, sort it.
We are arriving into platform 11. Scheduled arrival time is right now 1902, 1903 is our scheduled arrival time, but we're arriving on time, thankfully. Lots of huge queues for Avanti services. There's no queue, there's only queues if there are Avanti or Caledonian Sleeper services boarding from the platform. You can go onto the platform to just look around, just make sure you're not on the same platform. You're not planning on spotting from a platform that has a Avanti or Caledonian Sleeper service boarding. Caledonian Sleeper is only able to use platforms 1 and 15. Those are the only platforms that can fit the full 16 carriages and 2 locomotives.
This is London Euston. This is London Euston, our final station. Thank you for travelling with London Northwestern Railway.
This is how you can stop the door from automatically closing. Oh, it looks like...
Please be aware that tickets marked London Northwestern Railway only are not valid on this train.
Looks like I accidentally closed the doors in that carriage.
Platform 3 of the 1913 Avanti West Coast service to Langley, Collier, Nuneaton, Stoke-on-Trent, Stockport and Manchester Piccadilly. This train is formed of 11 coaches.
Sometimes Anne also says, please note, barriers closed 2 minutes before departure on Avanti services. So if you hold up the door button, it'll either lock the doors out of use or stop that set of doors from automatically closing. Sadly, the train is being locked out of use rather than going to Tring.